The National and University Library in Zagreb is the most important treasury of Croatia's literary heritage. Through its 400 years of continuous activity, this temple of knowledge has gathered materials that form the basis of Croatian culture and science. Today, in response to the needs of users in the digital age, the library is developing new projects and services that will be the foundation of the Croatian Digital Library. The first steps were taken in 1992, when the library digitized about 3,640 articles on the homeland war from the Croatian and foreign press. It then released a CD-ROM, Croatica, with 200 digitized drawings and graphics from the library's graphic collection. To enable the scanning of materials in the library, modern equipment and software were acquired and the first digitization projects began. Under this program, the library has been systematically digitizing materials that are unique examples of Croatia's cultural, historical, and scientific heritage since 2005. The library also provides digitization services upon request to all users, whose numbers are now growing. The library also cooperates with other institutions carrying out digitization projects. In addition to digitizing a bequest by the poet Silvije Strahimir Krajnčević, the library established cooperation with the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. in 2002 through the project, the International Children's Digital Library. Along with the Croatian State Archive and the Museum Documentation Center, the National and University Library is one of the main forces behind the project, the Croatian Cultural Heritage. Developed under the aegis of the Ministry of Culture of the Republic of Croatia, the project encourages and coordinates digitizing materials from Croatian historical collections. Valuable collections of the oldest materials have also been selected for the beginning of a comprehensive project for digitizing materials in the National and University Library. The collection of manuscripts and old books contains the most valuable works of the Croatian literary heritage and several manuscripts and correspondence in Croatian, German, Italian, and other languages. A collection of old books was presented on the internet with a selection of the digitized works of Croatian scientists, historians, writers, and poets, including Marko Marulić, Faust Vrančić, Ivan Gundulić, Anibal Lučić, Brne Karnautic, Ivan Češmički, Barto Kašić, Mark Antun de Dominis, Ivan Lučić, Pavle Riter Vitezović, Đuro Bagljivi, Matija Antun Relković, Ludovit Gaj, and works from the Zrinski family library. The oldest Croatian book, a first edition of the Misal po zakonu Rimskog dvora, also known as the Misale Romanum Glagolitike, from 1483 has also been digitized. Other especially valuable digitized manuscript materials include the Vinodol Legal Code, a copy from the 16th century, a completely preserved document on customary rights written in Croatian, the Istria Boundary Demarcation, a copy in Glagolitic cursive from 1546, a document that set relations between feudal lords and village districts, and the Verbnik Statute, a copy in Glagolitic cursive from the 17th century. The manuscript work Carte Geographice, the Statute Familia Patačića, and manuscripts of the epic poem Osman by the writer Ivan Gundulić have also been digitized. With the presentation of its digitized materials from the graphics collection, the library offers a look at the most valuable portion of its artistic holdings. 4 digitized collections are available. Old Masters, a collection of drawings and graphics by old masters from the period between the 17th and 19th centuries, and digitized drawings from the 19th and 20th centuries, which presents a selection of the works of the most important Croatian artists. Also available are digitized graphics from the 19th and 20th centuries and a digitized collection of 163 posters by Boris Buchan from the years between 1970 and 2001, donated by the artist. In the digital collection of geographic maps and plans, valuable works are accessible from the golden era of atlases, the end of the 16th and 17th centuries. In the group of old maps of Croatia from the 18th century and the first half of the 19th century, there are maps of city forts and panoramic drawings. City plans of Zagreb and Split and plans of the Osijek fortress and other Croatian cities have also been digitized. Manuscript chants by Croatian composers and the work Cithara Okorda, the first and most comprehensive printed musical anthology with texts of songs in Latin and the Kajkavian dialect intended for choral and popular singing, have been digitized. The project for digitizing gramophone records was carried out as a part of the sound digitization program. It involves 78 RPM records produced in Zagreb by the firm Edison Bell Penkala at the beginning of the 20th century. The compositions on these records were not available to users, but they have now been brought back to life through the use of modern technology. The portal for digitized newspapers and journals was developed in order to publish digital images of old periodicals from the holdings of the library and other historical institutions. It contains digital images of newspapers from the 19th and 20th centuries. Available here are the first Croatian newspapers, Croatischer Correspondent of 1789, Il Regio Dalmate, 1806 to 1810, Novine Hrvatske, from 1835, and others. Important titles of digitized scientific and professional journals that are accessible on the portal include Bulletino de Archeologie e Storia Dalmata from 1878, Napredak from 1859, Starohrvatska Prosveta from 1895, and Sveta Cecilia from 1877. The Digital Academic Repository was established in February 2011. The system allows for the storage and use of doctoral dissertations and Masters of Science theses of the University of Zagreb. It gathers in one place the oldest digitized dissertations by important personalities in Croatian science, such as Oton Kučera and Andrija Mohorovičić, and the works of contemporary Croatian scientists. On the web, we learn, buy, follow daily events, and publish texts, photographs, and films. Content is constantly changing or disappears without a trace. Web archives will be the guardians of our memories of the past. The Croatian Web Archive has been operating since 2004. It is a collection of selected content taken from the internet and downloaded onto a server of the library. Its purpose is to retrieve and archive representative examples of publications from the internet as an important part of the Croatian cultural heritage. The integrated library system unites the library holdings of 38 higher education and specialist institutions with 1,280,000 bibliographical and 570,000 normative entries and 25,000 users. The goals of the system are to rationalize business processes, raise the quality of service, and provide separate and independent functioning of the library and the protection of its contents. A conference in October 2011 at the library was the first step toward achieving these goals. The National and University Library in Zagreb, as a central library facility in Croatia, is developing new services and with the help of modern technology is opening its collections to users. The establishment of the Croatian Digital Library is the next step in its ongoing development.